Raise your hand if you ever thought science is just for people in white coats mixing beakers in labs, just like that image. I used to think that too. For me, science was a list of formulas to memorize, a textbook full of diagrams, an experiment that only happens in a classroom with a teacher guiding every step. But now, I pay attention to the messy, chaotic parts in my daily life, and suddenly, science is everywhere. It wasn't in a lab, it was in my spilled breakfast and in my tangled headphones. That's a truth that no one tells us. Science isn't something that other people do. It is the hidden thread that ties together every messy, chaotic, ordinary parts in our daily lives. Now, let's start with the morning rush. We've all been there, right? You're running late, so you grab a bowl of cereal and pour milk too fast. The milk sloshes over and onto the counter. You sigh, grab a paper towel, and wipe it up. But have you ever stopped and wondered why the milk spilled instead of staying in the bowl? That's physics. When you pour liquid quickly, it gains momentum, energy that keeps moving even after it reaches the edge of the bowl. Same as the soccer ball keeps rolling even after you kick it, it's the same force that makes your milk spill. When you wipe it up with the paper towel, that's capillary action. Tiny tubes in the paper towel pulls the milk up, just like how plants pull water up from the soil. Science isn't just a word here. It's a reason your morning gets messy and a reason you can clean it up. Now, let's move on to something we all deal with: tangled headphones. You toss it in your backpack randomly at the end of class, and when it's lunchtime, you pull them out to listen to music. They're a knotted mess. You spend 5 minutes untangling them, muttering about bad luck. But it is not luck, it is science. When you jostle your backpack around, the headphones move with the motion, and entropy takes over. Entropy is just a fancy word for things that naturally gets messy over time. But here's the cool part. There's a science fixing it too. If you wrap your headphones neatly instead of tossing them in your backpack, you're fighting entropy. Using science to make your daily life a little bit less chaotic. Let's move on to lunchtime. You pull a bag of snack out of your backpack, maybe a Cracker Bar or a piece of fruit. But have you ever noticed that your food stays fresh even after sitting in your backpack for all morning? That's chemistry. The packaging is designed to keep air out. Air contains oxygen, which makes your food go stale or moldy. So when you zip up that snack bag, you're using chemistry to make your food edible. And when you're drinking a soda, that fizz you feel on your tongue is carbon dioxide gas. And when you open that can, the pressure releases and the gas bubbles up. Using science to make your daily life a little bit more manageable, make your food taste better. We're taught to think of science as something separate from our lives, something that we only engage in class when we are told to. But the reality is, science is how we navigate our daily chaos. It is why we can pour a glass of water without spilling it. It is why we can tangle our headphones. Science isn't about being perfect or knowing all the answers. It's about asking, why? Why does that happen? Why does that work? And using that curiosity to understand the world around us. But the problem is, we're busy rushing through our days that we don't stop and ask those questions. We see the spilled milk, the tangled headphones, and we just accept them as a part of our lives. But if we start looking at science in those tiny moments, something shifts. We stop feeling like passive participants in our own life, and we start feeling like explorers. If you know why a milk will spill, you can pour it more slowly. If you know why headphones will tangle, you can untangle them or wrap them or neatly. Science isn't just knowledge, it's a tool to make your daily life more manageable and less chaotic. Here's my big idea. Science shouldn't be a subject in school. It should be a way of looking at the world. It's not about memorizing Newton's law or the periodic table, though they are very useful. If you're a science teacher, don't criticize me. It's about being curious, being observant, and understand that every messy, chaotic moment in our daily life is a chance to learn something new. Science isn't something that happens to you. It's something you do. It is in the messy, chaotic, ordinary, beautiful parts in our daily life. You just have to look for it. So next time, when you tangle your headphones or spill your milk, remember, that's science. That's your superpower, and it's been with you all along. Thank you.